Hello, everybody, and welcome to lesson 7. We are finally at the end of our escape room book series. So, in the last lesson, I showed you how to download your 2 files ready for publishing on Amazon KDP. So, we've now got 2 PDF files ready to go. So, let's get publishing. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to publish your book, how to upload your files, how to decide on your pricing, how to make sure that you have got keywords in your description. What else? How to use ChatGPT and how to use AI tools to really help you through that publishing process. It can save you lots of money as well. So you don't need keyword software. Like I have, what do I have now? I've got BookBolt and I've got BookBeam. Some people have Publisher Rocket. I actually don't use them for keywords because when I compared and contrasted, when I did like a couple of hours of keyword research, as opposed to when I just asked ChatGPT, like, what are the keywords for this book? Actually, ChatGPT usually got it better than I did when I'd spent 2 hours researching the keywords using these tools. So I recommend that you do not pay for the keyword tools when we've got the biggest and most amazing analysis tool right to hand, and that is ChatGPT. So let's get into it. So I'm going to share my screen. What you're going to want to do is obviously have an Amazon KDP account. I recommend that you open a personal account to start with. When your business grows, when you get into the point where maybe you want to register it, if you get to that point, brilliant. You can then change it over to a business account at that point. So walk yourself through the steps. There is also some training here inside the academy of how to open an Amazon KDP account. But I'm not going to go through that process here in this video. We're up to the publishing stage. So I'm going to share my screen and click share. So you're going to go here to this area in your Amazon KDP account. This is my training account. I've also published a few books on here. So what we're going to do is go create a new title or series. There, I'm going to click that. We're going to click paperback for this one. Obviously, it's a paperback. It probably wouldn't work to be a Kindle ebook because we want to be able to write in it and colour it in. You could publish it as a hardcover as well, or a hardcover in the future, but for the moment we're going to create a paperback. I've actually found that the escape room hardcover books, they are selling, so it might be a good idea to publish your book as a paperback and a hardcover. Right, so then we literally need to walk through these 3 tabs in order to publish our paperback. There are some hurdles. I'll point them out along the way. I've gone through the difficult learning curve of teaching myself how to do this. So I will point out the little hurdles as we go through. So we want English. Yes, English. And then we want our book title. We want the book title to exactly match what is on the cover of your book. Now, you're going to have more on the cover of your book because I didn't add a subtitle here. Actually, that would be a subtitle, but the main title for my book is Jane Austen's Escape Room. So make sure that it matches. Otherwise, this is a stumbling block if you add in words that are not there. It won't publish. It'll come back and they'll send you a generic email that you won't be able to understand what is wrong. And it's usually that the book title is not matching what is on your cover. So Jane Austen's Escape Room book. I did actually have a bigger title for my other escape room book. I put what was on the cover and then I added a few little keywords. Amazon don't like you adding too many keywords into the title and the subtitle, but I just added a few. So you can add, as long as this bit here matches the cover of your book, I would then recommend that you then do a subtitle, even if you haven't got one on your book that has some keywords in it. Let me just see if I can find the keywords that I used in my book. So if I put Midnight Manor Escape Room. Yeah, so I did this. 24 secrets are hidden inside the 24 rooms of Midnight Manor. Will you solve them all before you are trapped inside forever? So we could do something like that. Where's it gone? So 25 secrets are hidden in the 25 rooms. Okay, so I've put that as the subtitle. 25 secrets are hidden in the 25 rooms of Pemberley Mansion. Can you solve the puzzles to free Elizabeth from Pemberley? Or whatever the story is of your book. Okay, you don't have to have that. You don't have to have a subtitle. And you might think, okay, I want to try and put these keywords in the subtitle. There is no right and wrong, but the keywords that we've got here are Jane Austen. People will be searching for that. Escape room book. Then we've got Pemberley and Pemberley Mansion. And then solve the puzzles is quite clear as a keyword that it is a puzzle book. So Amazon puts all that together as a little jigsaw puzzle in its own algorithm. So if anybody's searching puzzle book Jane Austen, then it's going to come up, isn't it? Because we've put that in the subtitle. So it all gives us an advantage of getting our book to be searched for in the Amazon search bar. That's why we're trying to put a few keywords there in the subtitle. Some people do something called keyword stuffing, where they stuff a load of keywords next to each other in the subtitle and the title, and Amazon can take your book down if it deems that you are trying to do keyword stuffing. So if your title and subtitle don't make sense, that it's just a string of words, then it's kind of cheating the system, isn't it? And they don't allow it, and it doesn't make sense to your customer who's trying to search for like a Jane Austen puzzle book, and then it's just got all these keywords. They're going to be like, what is this? So that's why we don't want to do keyword stuffing. Right, so here you can add the book to a series. Don't worry about this. You can do it afterwards. So if you're planning on doing like 5 escape room books like me, you don't have to add them to a series at this stage. You can do your books, and then as you put another one together, you can add it to a series. Then you do your third one, add it to a series. So you can do that afterwards. Edition number, is that optional? I don't bother with this. Author, so we have got creative. Oh, oh no, that's the prefix. Forgive me. So we have got Creative House as our publisher. Contributors, if you've got a secondary publisher, you could put them here. So you might have a main overarching publisher like Creative House, and then I might put Abby Cornell here if I'm creating some books under the publishing name. And then if we've got like Jane Smith is going to create a colouring book series under the publisher brand. Don't worry too much about this. Just make sure your main author name is correct. You can add contributors later on. So if you're a bit confused about that, just add your main publisher or your own name if you're publishing it in your own name. Disadvantages to that are if you ever want to sell your book publishing business, you won't be able to sell it if it's under your name. So it is a good idea to have, you know, a publisher name or a pen name, or you know, an umbrella brand. Like we teach brands over in the mastery course here inside the academy. We have a masters section and we teach you how to build a brand over there. Okay, so that is that. Then we've got the description. I've got the description that I used from this book, and I basically created that using ChatGPT. So I'm going to go over to ChatGPT now and say, please, can you help me to create a keyword and searchability rich magnetic book description for publishing on Amazon. Whoa. Right, so I've said, please can you help me to create a keyword and searchability rich magnetic book description for publishing on Amazon KDP for this book. I have uploaded the book cover for your reference. Please can you make the tone of the description warm, funny, appealing, and persuasive for a customer to purchase it? Okay, again, there's no right or wrong prompt, but I'm giving it some ideas of what I want the tonality to be. And I'm going to actually add the book cover. I think it was this one. Just wait whilst it uploads. Have a little drink. It's taking a while. Okay, so it's uploaded now, and then I'm going to click the black arrow. So we've got a book description coming. Warm, witty, keyword-rich book description. Step inside Pemberley if you dare, if you're ready for the most charmingly chaotic Regency escape room experience of your life. Inspired by the beloved world of Jane Austen, this beautifully illustrated literary puzzle adventure invites you to wander through the grand halls, elegant parlours, secret chambers, and the sort of suspiciously locked rooms that would have even Mr. Darcy raising an eyebrow. Each page draws you deeper into a quirky, cosy mystery set within a breathtaking Regency estate, complete with hidden clues, witty challenges, and just enough mischief to keep you giggling as you solve your way to freedom. Inside this enchanting escape room book, you'll enjoy clever word puzzles, a charming Austen-flavoured storyline, Regency-inspired artwork, warm bookish vibes, blah, blah, blah. Perfect for Jane Austen fans, puzzle escape room lovers, cosy mystery readers, book clubs, gifts for mums, besties and bookworms, anyone who dreams of strolling through the Regency estate in flowing gowns. Your next great escape awaits. Turn the page inside. Okay, so I'm super happy with that. I'm going to copy it. You know, make sure that it is accurate, because, you know, I've not got illustrations inside this book, but I'm not actually publishing it right now. So I don't want to walk you through me perfecting it and changing it and asking ChatGPT to take that out. All of that kind of is obvious. So if it's not quite right for you, just ask it to redo it and take XYZ out. Or if something major is missing from the book description that ChatGPT gives to you, say, I really like this. Please, can you also add ABC? Or please, can you also add this in, as I feel it's a major selling point for my book? And it will do it. So that's super easy, isn't it? So let's go back over to our bookshelf. I'm going to go paste. Now, just a word of warning. Apparently, in Amazon's guidance, in the Amazon KDP guidance, or the terms, you're not supposed to use emojis in your book descriptions. However, I think it makes it easier to read when you're reading through this. You want to make sure it's nicely spaced out. It's using, bold, italics, different paragraphs. You don't just want a big block of writing, because that is not going to be a good experience for your customer to read. So you want to make it really readable, short paragraphs, bullet points. And we've got bullet points here. And yes, there's some emojis, and that's up to you if you want to risk using emojis when apparently it says in the terms that you shouldn't use emojis in your book description. Now, I have seen thousands of books that have emojis in the book description, and all my books have got some emojis in the book description. What I don't do is do emoji stuffing and have emojis absolutely everywhere. They're just there to draw the eye to things like these lists. I'm just going to add a line there just to make it nicer to read. So it's up to you if you want to use emojis or not. Just be aware that apparently you're not supposed to. And in all honesty, I've not delved into the terms and conditions of Amazon KDP to see where it says that. I'm happy knowing that other people are using them and very successfully selling books as well. So it's obviously not affecting the visibility or the algorithm and things like that. So I'm okay with that. Now we need to say that this is copyright and we hold the necessary rights. Yeah. We might say this is a public domain work because I've used Jane Austen, and this is obviously not my book. But I won't get into that. We'll do public domain publishing in another module. But just for your awareness, actually, I would probably have to look into whether I need to publish this under a public domain or whether I can say I own the copyrights, just with that I'm using Jane Austen's name in the title and I'm using Pemberley. So that would be something that I look into specifically for this book. Your book probably isn't a Jane Austen Pemberley escape room book. It's probably something else. So just be aware that, you either own the copyright or you might have to look into just ticking this box here that it's public domain. That is something that you're able to use because it's been a certain amount of years since that book was published. The author has died. So many years later, I think it's like 90 years or something, 75 in some countries and 90 something in others, then we can use it and create books on it as well. Sexually explicit images or title, no, it doesn't have any of that. Reading age is optional. As this book is, it requires, a certain amount of literacy. So I'm going to say age 12 and I'm going to say 18 plus. Just to make sure it doesn't appear in any sort of children's book searches. It's not appropriate for children. Primary marketplace, I recommend that you have Amazon.com. This is the biggest marketplace. Most sales on Amazon are made on Amazon.com. So I am in the UK and I still have my primary marketplace set as Amazon.com. Now, categories. There are lots and lots of categories for your books. And for an escape room book, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's a bit less obvious which categories that we need to use. So I'm going to go over to ChatGPT again and say, please, can you suggest 5 publishing categories for me to publish this book under on Amazon KDP. Now, sometimes it gets the categories wrong and the categories don't exist anymore. That's why I'm asking for 5. And when we publish, we only need 3. So I'm asking for 5 so that I can choose. And it's going to help me with the categories. Can you see how useful AI is when we're publishing our books? So we've got games and activities, puzzles, literature and fiction classics, adaptations, mystery, thriller and suspense, puzzles, humour and entertainment, activity books, crafts, hobbies and home, reference, puzzles and games. Optional bonus categories, fiction, games and activities, word and word search. I do think it needs to be under that, words and word search, because my book, it is mainly a word search puzzle book. I'm just taking an image of that. So we're just going to choose some categories. You would probably do this a little bit more slowly and a little bit more carefully. Categories, crafts, hobbies and home. Crafts and hobbies. Leave that one and go over here to maybe activity books. Yes, activity books. So we'll do that one. Add another category. So let's have a look what else we've got. Humor and entertainment. Mystery, thriller and suspense. Humor and entertainment. Puzzles and games. Excuse me. And then over here we have got word search. Add another category. I'm trying to show you different categories, but we could just do the humour and entertainment one again. Excuse me. Let's have a look here. Mystery, thriller and suspense. Mystery. Never published under this category. Cozy. Crafts and hobbies general. No. We could do that one. Cozy books, bookstores and something. Crafts and hobbies. But I'm going to go back up to here. Let's actually see thrillers and suspense. General, historical, legal, crime, supernatural. No, it doesn't really fit under there. So let's have a look what else we've got. ChatGPT suggested literature and fiction, classics and adaptations. Action and adventure. So we would go straight over here and go classics. So we could publish it under there. But again, I don't think that fits quite as well, does it? So let's have a look. What else did it say? Crafts, hobbies and home, reference, puzzles and games. Did we do that? Crafts, hobbies and homes, crafts and hobbies. And we did activity books. So another one we could do is humour and entertainment. Puzzles and games. Uh, and then we could do puzzles. Yeah. So that's another one, isn't it? So that's three. Just make sure you are happy with that. So ChatGPT has given me quite a few other ones here. Literature and fiction, classics, adaptations. We couldn't find the adaptations category just then, so I gave up with that one. We've got games and activities and puzzles. Um, actually, yeah, games and activities. Let's have a look here. I don't think games and activities exist here as a category. Maybe it used to exist. This is what I mean by ChatGPT doing things that doesn't exist anymore. So children's books, it's not children's books. Crafts, hobbies and home. Crafts, hobbies and home. Yeah, it's going to be better under the puzzle books. So we'll go humour and entertainment, puzzles and games. And then we'll do puzzles. I think that's the best one. Okay, so now we want to go save categories when you are happy with your three categories. Another word of warning here. Some people publish their books under obscure categories, hoping to get a bestseller status. So I saw like a children's colouring book about the countryside, and that had been published in gardening and topiary. And it got like bestseller status in that category. And that's great. And it's got bestseller status, and that's great. But it's not going to help sales. It's not going to help people actually find the book. They're not going to be searching topiary when they're searching for, a colouring book. So just try to fit your book, make your book fit where it belongs, where it makes the most sense, rather than trying to be clever with keyword stuffing and trying to use categories that, not many people publish in. Let's not try to be too clever. Especially with AI now. With AI, Amazon is going to be using AI massively, way more than we do, and to help people to find the perfect book. So we can just be rest assured that Amazon is going to do everything possible to make your book get discovered by the right people. Okay, so now we don't want to tick these unless you are publishing a journal or a notebook or something with like nearly zero interior into the book. And also don't tick this unless all of your book is categorically large prints. That's over 16 pixels. Size 16 font and above, which our book isn't. The word search part probably is. A lot of it is actually larger than that, but I'm not publishing it or saying that it's large print at this stage. Right, so keywords again. Let's go over to ChatGPT. Please, can you list the top 20, top 15 keywords and phrases that people will be searching for when they are looking for a book like mine? So I've asked it to help me list 15 keywords and phrases. So a keyword is not just one word. It could be two or three or even four words together, but we're looking for the things that people are searching in the Amazon search bar when they're looking for your book. So here we go. Jane Austen puzzle book, Regency escape room book, Pride and Prejudice inspired puzzle book, literary escape room adventure, Pemberley mystery puzzles. So already we can see, right, is anybody really going to be searching Pemberley mystery puzzles? I don't think many people will be, but they will definitely be searching for this. So I'm going to copy this and go back over here, and I'm just going to paste that. I'm happy with that one. What else are we happy with? Pride and Prejudice inspired puzzle book. Yes, I think so. And they might be just searching Pride and Prejudice. but that would fall under this keyword, you see. If somebody is searching Pride and Prejudice, Amazon is going to think, okay, this book is, it says Jane Austen, it's got Pride and Prejudice. So that's how it works. Literary escape room adventure. Yes, I like that one. Would people be searching for that though? Cozy mystery puzzle book. Yes, I like that one. And it is at this point where if you have got any keyword tools, you can search these keywords and see which ones are got the most hits. But even with that, I think, do we really want all the keywords that have got all the hits? And then in which case our book could get a little bit buried under all the others? Or do we want keywords that have got some hits that are less used, in which case our book is going to come up more than someone else's? So it's hit and miss with keywords. Definitely escape room puzzle book for adults. Absolutely. I don't think anyone would word search escape room. Bookish gifts for Jane Austen fans. Escape room mystery book. Yes. Um, hmm. Literature puzzle book. So I'm going to do Jane Austen inspired gifts. So I'm happy with those. Like I say, you could pop those in a keyword search tool, but even then, what are you looking for? You're just looking for the top words that people are searching for. Is that really the way to go? I think it's better to have some top ones, some medium ones, and some lower ones to for the maximum chance of getting your book found. So I wouldn't even bother with the keyword search tools. Just make sure you're happy that people would be searching for these things in an Amazon search bar. And I'm confident they're going to search Escape Room Mystery Book, Jane Austen Puzzle Book, Pride and Prejudice Inspired Puzzle Book. They might not use the word inspired, but they're going to write Pride and Prejudice Puzzle Book, which is also that one. Cozy Mystery Puzzle Book, Escape Room Puzzle Book for adults. Yeah, and that will hit Escape Room Book as well, won't it, that one? So I'm happy with all those. Here, publication date and release date are the same. That's if you're not pre-publishing. So some people pre-publish now, ready for in 3 months' time. But most of us are not doing that. We just want to publish it today. So just tick this publication date and release date are the same. And the next one, again, is all about pre-publishing. Release my book for sale now. Yes, yes, yes. Save and continue. And the next one, we want a KDP ISBN. Every book needs to have an ISBN unless it is a low content book and unless you are buying your own ISBNs. So I'm not going to go into that in this video. So we want a KDP ISBN. This will mean that you cannot sell this book elsewhere. You are bound to sell it with Amazon, but if it's a colouring book, which this isn't, you could sell digital downloads yourself as well. So let's leave it at that. Now we want the ink and paper types, black and white interior with white paper or black and white interior with cream paper. For my Jane Austen one, because it's a colouring book as well, it's a colouring word search, I'm going to choose white paper, but that's entirely up to you. I think the colours will show up better on white. So usually anything that has any sort of a colouring book will go on white paper. A lot of word search books are on cream paper, so just choose the one that you prefer. Trim size. We have got 8.5 by 8.5, I think. Here we go. Bleed settings, I talked about that in a previous video. We've got no bleed. If you have bleed, good luck to you. Because, you know, it is difficult to publish a book in exactly the right size in a bleed PDF. So paperback cover and finish. Now, I published this one as a matte finish, so it's not glossy. And actually, when I got it, I ordered myself a copy, and I would prefer a glossy finish. So I'm going to go glossy. I thought that I preferred matte finish books, but yeah, I'm not keen on that. So I'm going to go glossy personally. Again, it's up to your personal opinion. Manuscript, this is where we're uploading the internal PDF of our book. So this is this one here. Upload the internal. Make sure that you don't start that PDF file with your book cover. So you've got to take those off. You're going to be starting that internal file with this page, this copyright page, introduction page. Is that uploading? Did that upload? Or is it not big enough? Let's have a look. Uploading, uploading, uploading. Yes. Save successful. There we go. I don't know why it didn't upload just then. Ignore what that is called because that isn't a real file. It's just for training purposes. Now we want to upload our cover. So we want to go here, upload a cover you already have, print ready, PDF only. You know, if you do this, it's going to ask you to create your cover using Amazon KDP Cover Creator. And trust me, you don't want to be using that. So let's check this box here and then upload our cover, which is this one. Hopefully this is going to work. I'm just waiting for it to upload. Here we go. Save successful. Then we go down here. This is very important. Have you used AI to generate your book? So you need to just make sure you answer this truthfully. Did you use AI tools in creating text, images, and or translations in your book? Yes. And then we've got to fill in all three of these. Did we use it for text? Entire work with minimal or no editing. What tools did you use? ChatGPT for the text, because I came up with all the questions for my word search using ChatGPT. For the images, one or a few AI generated images with extensive editing. That's what I did. Many AI generated images, one or a few with extensive editing. And what did we use? Did I use AI for the images? Oh, I did for the Pemberley one. Um, did I use Midjourney? Can't actually remember, so I'd have to go back and just look where I got that main image from. Translations? None. We've not done any translations. So we've used, what other AI images did we use? None. We used Canva, didn't we? So there we go. Make sure that you answer that honestly. So then we need to launch this previewer, and it won't let you save and continue. Oh, until you've launched the previewer. There was an error processing my file. Where? Upload a cover. Oh, it's got to have a minimum of 24 pages. Ugh. Right, let's go back here and download it with 24 pages. I don't want to do them all because it will take too long to upload it. I thought I'd downloaded enough pages for the training. 28, 29, 30. Right, done. Download. So that's basically saying that you need a minimum of 24 pages in order to publish a paperback book. And I thought that I'd downloaded enough pages, but I obviously haven't. So there we go. There's that. So let's see if this works. Upload manuscript. That might be why it didn't upload that first time. And again, this isn't my whole book. This is just for training. It's just so that it can be quick. An upload of like 150 pages does take, I'll be sat here 5 or 10 minutes waiting for it to upload. So there we go. We've got all of this. Da, 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 da. Upload a cover, upload your manuscript. It's not there, is it? There it is. Cover. Answers are accurate. Launch previewer. There we go. It's happy now. You'll find that Amazon KDP is very temperamental. It likes things exactly perfectly right before it will let you publish. So there we go, there's our cover. And what you would do is you'll scroll through your book. Obviously, this isn't the book, it's just a test for training purposes. Make sure your R and your L's are all taken off your manuscript. Make sure there's no writing outside of these margins. Can you see the dotted margins here? So that is absolutely fine. I've done the word search just slightly to the right here to stay away from the gutter. So when people actually read it in the book, that will appear as though it's perfectly in the middle. And I recommend actually on this side that it was slightly to the left than right here in the middle of the gutter. So anyway, check your manuscript, check that you're happy with it, and then click approve. And now there's the cover. Now it says the printing costs are $2.84 per book. So Amazon is going to take that $2.84 away for their printing costs, and then we actually share the royalties 60-40% or whatever. So click save and continue. I always like to make $2 to $3 minimum myself per book. Otherwise, it's really not worth all the effort that you've gone into to create this book. So now we're on the third tab. We're on the last stretch of our publishing process. So we want all territories worldwide. Primary marketplace, Amazon.com. Yeah. Then enter the list price. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over onto Amazon and see how much the other books are. And because your book is brand new, I would publish your book maybe just slightly under the price of the other books that have got a lot of reviews. So then that gives people a reason to choose your book. So maybe it's a little bit less. And I'm not suggesting that we get into price wars here where everybody drives each other's prices down. I'm suggesting that you go in low just while you're publishing, while you get your first, 50 book reviews, and then put your price up to the same price that the other books are after that point, once you've got some reviews and it's going well and you're making sales. So just looking at these books, this is in pounds. So I would probably go on my mobile phone and have a look at dollars to see what I want the dollar price to be. And this is a hardback anyway, it's 14.55, so that would be about $19, I think. So I'm going to price this one at 11.99 US dollars. And that gives me a 60% royalty rate of $4, £3. Let me see what 10.99 is. Royalty of 3.75. Yeah, that looks even better, doesn't it? We want about $2 to $3 per book. Let's go 9.99. So now we've got a 50% royalty rate down here and we don't want that. So I'm going to go 10.99. And the royalty rate here is 50%, 60%. So we could change those ones individually. Click on expanded distribution if it will allow you, but with puzzle books they don't allow it, so it won't allow me to tick it anyway. I think colouring books, they don't allow that either. I'm not sure why that is. So this one is 50%, list prices at $9.99 or more, so we want to change that to $9.99. You want your royalties to be 60% really, so just change these individually. It will tell you what to change it to. Go down here, change to $9.99, and down here, and basically change them all. $9.99. List price KR110. Oh. Where is that? Don't know. $9.99. $9.99. Okay, so we've sorted all of the pricing out to make sure that we've got 60% in all countries. Make sure that you're happy with your price in dollars, and wherever you live that you're happy with that price as well. And then we go down here and it says it can take 72 hours for your book to be available for purchase. Some of my books take, literally 72 hours, and some of them just take an hour or two, and it's really hit and miss. So just make sure that you wait 72 hours before you start panicking that it's not published. And then here you can request an author copy of your book and you'll get it at a discounted rate. I don't do that. I always actually order a proper copy of all my books. Because actually the author copies, they've got this like band on them that says not for public sale. And I want my books to look nice on my shelf. They're like a little souvenir of all the hard work that I've put in. And you also get to obviously check through it and check that you're happy with it. So then we're going to go publish your paperback book. Publish your paperback book. And I'm not going to do that part because this is not a real book. It's not the real book manuscript. I wasn't happy with the cover design. We didn't get a subtitle, so I'm not publishing that book. But you can press publish on your book, wait 72 hours, hopefully less than that. Maybe, sometimes it's a little bit longer over the weekend. Well, actually, it's usually within 72 hours anyway, so they must be working around the clock. And then make sure you get your author copy. I do recommend you do that, especially, you know, in the first year of your publishing journey, and make sure you check through it, check that you're happy with the glossy finish, the matte finish, you're happy with the colours. Sometimes we have some issues with the colours on the cover. We've been discussing that in the academy. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little mini series. I hope you know, make lots and lots of sales with your amazing escape room books and try out the other modules here inside the academy. I think it's really important that we try and create different books to see which books that give us the most joy, that we enjoy, you know, creating the most. And then once you've done that for about 6 months, then you can see which are selling the best. And then you might then choose to go down that avenue and expand that into a proper big book business. Okay, I'll see you in the next series. And yeah, post inside the group once you have created your book and published it, and let us know how you get on. All right, bye.